This is Keith Albertson of IISE. We're here at HSPI in Orlando, and we're talking with one of our keynote speakers, Rebecca Love. She is the Chief Clinical Officer for IntelyCare and a nurse advocate. Rebecca, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Keith.
Is this your first visit to HSPI and a conference like this?
It is my first ever to come into a conference of this kind of nature.
Well, give us just a little bit of an idea what your keynote is about and what you hope to present to the group today.
Well, I'm so excited to be here because it's very unusual for nurses to be able to speak to a lot of decision makers that are solving some of the biggest problems in healthcare. And for me, my keynote is all around the future of work for nursing and the situation that we're facing with our nursing professionals on the front line, facing the largest exodus of this workforce and what that means to healthcare. So really why I'm here is to work with some of the most brilliant minds to hear about perhaps the greatest challenge to all of healthcare today, to see if new solutions can come to light while we're here collaborating, networking, and working to make a better healthcare future.
We know that nurses and so everybody who is in the healthcare and caregivers have faced so many challenges over the last few years. What kind of extra support do nurses need at this time to be able to provide the kind of care that is needed?
But I mean, I think you hear this all the time. There's so many conversations that go around that what is being delivered to nursing is supposed to create less work. It actually creates more work. So that's one of the basic fundamentals that I think this conference addresses, is the inefficiencies in healthcare to actually drive better efficiencies for those on the front line. Secondly, I think we have to look at nursing as a profession that for a long time was faced as a commodity. There was always going to be more of them. And looking at their work-life balance is going to be something critical to their success going forward. Because truthfully, the environments that nurses are being forced to work in today are unsustainable. And it's not that there's necessarily a nursing shortage. It seems there is a critical lack of nurses that are willing to work in healthcare environments today. So if we could solve the healthcare environment problem, if we could solve shifts and scheduling and work life and real new models to address the future of work for nursing, we could perhaps save the future of the profession. And with that, let's be honest, there is no healthcare without nurses. So in a sense, we're going to save healthcare as well.
Absolutely. And you're also an attendee at the conference. What do you hope to learn from some of the other presentations that you want to take back with you?
Yes, I want to learn about the AI and data infrastructure, the connectedness of hospitals, the way that we're using technology to optimize and drive efficiencies across all spectrums of healthcare. I also want to understand what goes on behind the scenes. These are the people engineering our healthcare systems. What are they seeing from their perspective so that I can bring it back to the front lines to say, here is how they look at the problem through their lens. There has not been enough cross-communication behind the workforces to actually address the critical issues. Too many of us are working in silos, and what I'm most excited about here is seeing all ends of those spectrums, bringing them together and seeing if greater collaboration across a variety of different backgrounds can create really interesting solutions in a way we haven't seen before.
Great, great. Well, we're back in person for the first time in a couple of years in our conference. What is the advantage of you being able to network as well with other healthcare systems experts here?
Well, you know, everything through a virtual world is amazing that it happened, but it's those one-off conversations that you have in the hallway when all of a sudden a thought triggers with you and you have that person standing in front of you so you can ask for clarification or share a card that actually make a personal connection. I think we're all desperate for that, and right now healthcare needs those kinds of collaborations to happen with real connections, because the truth is it's going to take a ton of effort to fix the problems facing us today. Conferences like this put people in the rooms who are able to drive those changes, and it's necessary for them to meet to catch their attention, because you never catch their attention remotely or virtually the way you do as you do in person.
Well, Rebecca, it's an honor to have you here. We're really looking forward to your speech and to being able to interact with other folks here, and we hope we'll see you at future conferences as well. We thank you for taking part.
I plan on being here. Thank you so much, Keith.
Great, thank you.